why are these gang stalkers or these community-based watch groups so infatuated with my well-being? And I say that to say this. I've noticed, like, when I started to notice my gang stalking, my diet wasn't always that great. I ate a lot of junk food, and I noticed, like, they would give me hints of foods that I need to be eating before I eventually get, like, diabetes or get sick. I would always see, like, commercials on YouTube, or ads on YouTube rather, about eating healthier, about the risks of diabetes. Then I'd also notice when I go to the grocery stores, they would block off like the candy section and basically a lot of the junk food areas or whatever. They would kind of block them off with baskets and things of that nature. So it's rather confusing to me. Like, why would they care about my health if ultimately they want my destruction? That's kind of confusing to me. Another theory I have is that maybe what I'm dealing with is more experimental. I'm pretty sure I have doctors or scientists or someone in the medical field that watches my videos to kind of see my progression or my deterioration, or, you know, whatever status I am health-wise or physically. They monitor that. I know that they do. And it's baffling to me that they would even care, because it seems like ultimately they want our destruction, but they want more of like a self-destruction. They want us to do it, but then at the same time they don't. Another example is for hobbies. I like to climb trees. I go to, like, different parks, and I just love hanging out in nature and, you know, just climbing trees for hobbies. And I get a lot of energy from being in a tree, or just being in the soil, planting my feet in the soil and laying out in grass. Like, it's very therapeutic, especially dealing with what we go through. A lot of people have a lot of trauma from having to deal with this program, or whatever you want to call it, this persecution. So one of the means of healing that I use is going out into nature. And I notice every time I climb a tree, like, I go really high up the tree or whatever, and they don't like me doing that. You know, they'll send people around. The other day, it was like they had, like, this nurse, this guy that was, like, in a nurse's uniform or whatever, kind of like walking around, and he kept, like, circling his wagon around the area that I was climbing the tree at. Then they have other individuals that'll kind of, like, slowly approach and kind of plant themselves and in certain areas to where they have a point of view, or they can have me in their sights rather. And I also notice a lot lately that they'll have the ambulances going. Like, as soon as I get on the tree or I'm climbing up, like, I'll hear, like, an ambulance in the distance, or there's police presence and stuff like that. So I'm like, it seems like they're really concerned to a degree about my safety, which is very confusing. That's what makes me believe, like, okay, well, maybe this is experimental. I definitely know there's a spiritual aspect to it. There's no denying that. But I also believe that there's experimental stuff going on, because these people have invested research and funds and money into us. So they want to make sure that their investment is secure, is safe. You know, they don't want to lose anything. So I also get the feel that, say, you know, God forbid, I fell out the tree and I died or something like that. I get the feel they really want to confiscate my body, you know, to further test and probably take out my brain and try to figure out how much trauma was done and what were the effects, and, you know, all that scientific stuff that they do. So I really get the feel that they, you know, when we die, they're definitely going to take our bodies and do extra experimentation and research on it. I don't know if anybody else has experienced that. Please leave comments and just kind of let me know. But still standing strong. I'm still pushing. So you guys should do the same thing. All right, yeah, just leave comments and just let me know. That's all I have for now. Later.